ballin', ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My presence disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to Dustin? Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Oakland Raiders. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Darnold now on second down. And Cook has it left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, it's Darnold. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Kerry Hyder in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On second down, Darnold looking deep in the direction of Cooper. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Darnold from the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. play action here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. First carry for Amir Abdullah. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun, here's Stafford. And on the left side here, Wilson. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first. On first down, Abdullah. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line. Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there. Now Stafford. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. 4 down, tag 53. Stafford gives to Abdullah. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps. I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one. 2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. Following the penalty, Abdullah, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game. Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. Now a play fake here on first down. Going for the deep ball. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go now. 3-19.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jarrad Davis leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here we go now. Blue line.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So here come the Lions now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they throw an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Gone.
Back to throw, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jarrad Davis in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So out now come the Lions. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, we'll see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Stafford hands to Abdullah, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, middle.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Including it here to Marvin Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give. This is Abdullah. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Being chased out left. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
No. Check, Patriot. No. Check, Patriot.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Tahir Whitehead in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
I know the game continues to evolve, and we have a lot of exotic stuff nowadays. I can't help it. I love a good old-fashioned draw play.
Who's typically fooled on defense on a play like that, a successful draw play?
Typically, it's the defensive line that's fooled because they're just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback. And once they create some space and you get past them, you usually have a long way to go.
Remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
Detroit!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
3rd and 2, Darnold. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The toss play to Montgomery. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12.
Lucky 56. Set. 319. 319. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. To Abdullah. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw is Stafford. Looking downfield and for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Melvin. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. And now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Again, it's Abdullah. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll cut it to the Amir Abdullah. Touchdown, Detroit. Amir Abdullah, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Green 39. Green 39.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They start the drive with Abdullah. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
They go with Abdullah again. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And he gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He'll hit his running back, Amir Abdullah. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Here's Abdullah. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
56.
Looking to throw. Knight. He completes it to Bryant. Martavis Bryant. Touchdown, Detroit. Martavis Bryant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st and 10, Darnold over the middle. It's Jared Cook. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw on second down is Darnold. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Darnold on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Take Carradine in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And Cook has it, left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard.
Lucky 56.
A first down throw, Darnold. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 more on that one and another first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play out of while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Now it's Darnold. Punches with a catch over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
There's a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. A give. This is Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Butker now to kick this one away. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now a give, left side. This is Abdullah. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the run, Abdullah. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They run with Abdullah. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Knight. And this is going to be incomplete.
I can put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit!
On second down, Darnold eluding the pressure right. Spinning away. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Raiders on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Gone! All right, here we go. Blue 90. Detroit!
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit!
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Eli Harold in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Abdullah. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Amir Abdullah with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Oh, my goodness. A little unconventional there on the return. A big loss after the interception, but they get the football.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
This is Abdullah. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they're going to the ground attack here. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll run here. Abdullah. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. So first and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run it here. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3.
Amir Abdullah. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Lions, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year.